What is going on, everybody? What's going on, y'all? I appreciate everybody that subscribed to my little old channel. I really do. I see y'all. Sending blessings of abundance to each and every one of y'all. Today is going to be um, a dive in. This is more like a talk to about some things. And the word is letting go. Letting go. And when I get let's see, calls from people that need my help, but the caveat to it is I talked to you about this before and you didn't let it go. That's when we got to have a conversation. Okay. So, I got a phone call from a family member. Let's say that, a family member, close family member, and they're going through with a person. And the thing about it is, though, is the person did this before. That's what really pisses me off about it. Because when people don't understand, when somebody shows you who they are the first time, why you don't believe them, that's too much pressure for me. Okay. So let's dive in. I'm going to talk about my shit and not their shit so you guys can understand why I say this shit. One thing that I know that I am the queen of boundaries. Boundaries. I protect my space and I protect my peace so much that I will get rid of your ass real quick if you come into my space to try to upset me or add any poison. I call that poison. You poison. That's what I call that. So, the old me used to be the one that took a bunch of crap, cried all the time, went back to pain constantly, just unnecessary bullshit in your life that you no longer need. We all have done it, but it's when you don't learn from it is the problem. Okay. I used to emotionally eat. I used to cry. And I made the most money I ever made before in my life. I was a go-getter. I worked all the time. But at the end of the day, that didn't protect me from people trying to take from me or people that came into my space and did shit to me that was unwarranted. So, when I started getting into the craft and my spirit, the occult, this is the piece of the puzzle that healed all of my emotional traumas. From a marriage that I should have been left, from a relationship that I should have been left, just shit like that kept happening. Because what I know is Source will keep putting things in your way to see if you learned that lesson yet. And it took me several times. And this is, I don't want that for y'all. When a person comes to me for help, or they call me, y'all know I do spiritual advisory. I'm a spiritual worker. I'm a spiritual mother. And I give you advice and you choose to not take the recommendation that I give you, not advice, but the recommendation or the healing that I give you. And then months later down the line, you call me and say, I need to talk. And what we're talking about, okay, we're talking about this person. And then you say, I ask the question, is it the same person that we talked about before? And you say yes. Okay, but what have you learned? The biggest piece of, for me, is when a person shows you who they truly are the first time. Why the fuck that we don't believe who they are? It takes something, but at a certain age, you have to learn this. At a certain age, if you in your damn 30s and you pushing 40 and you ain't learned this piece of the puzzle yet, you need to work on you then. At this point, you the fool. At this point, everything that comes in your way like this, you technically deserve. It's just true. I don't play with my energy. I don't play with my peace. I don't play with my boundaries. I'm not accepting nothing that I'm not accepting. That's just it. When you in a car, the only time I look back at anything is through that rearview mirror. I would never turn my whole entire body around and walk back to where I've been before. I done been there. I don't want to go back there. The only time I look back is when I have to look in the rearview mirror when I'm driving. Do you hear what I said? That's the only time. I'm not going to keep letting you do me any type of way. I'm not going to keep letting you play my face. I'm not going to keep letting you come in, you do it, go back, come back, you do it, go back. I'm not going to keep doing that. I only do it one time. One is my major number, baby. And if you guys do not start doing that, you're going to have a problem with removing shadow work, generational curses, traumas, anxiety, stress, depression. You're going to always have a problem. Because you're not learning a damn thing. You're not learning nothing. The key to this shit is, let me tell y'all, the key to this shit is being pure in your mind to everybody. You lead with love, but everybody is not you. Everybody is not going to go give you what you give out. But you got to know when you're going to say, I'm not accepting that. Now, I'm not saying this person over here, they smoke cigarettes, I ain't going to accept them, because I'm not saying that. I'm talking about when it affects you here. When it affects your life seriously, that's when you need to say, oh no, we're not doing that. No. And I'm tired of that shit. I don't do that. That's a trigger for me. I don't do going back to pain. I don't do refriending a friend. I don't do remarrying a husband. I'm not doing that, because I know who you is and you showed me, and I'm going to believe you. And if you change, you're going to change for somebody else, but it won't be back to me. Y'all better stop that shit. Play with it. Keep playing with it. There's one thing we don't get back, and that's time. You getting older and older. Every day you get a day older. Even if it's days, not even in a year, every day. If you're not getting wisdom from something, if you're not learning a lesson from anything, in math, 5 + 4 will always be 9. So if a person tells you or shows you who they are, believe them. If they cheated on you one time, you think you taking them back and they promising you 6 months down the line, you're going to put your guard down, they fucking somebody else. You know, a person will change for you. That I do know. A person will change for you if you set boundaries and say, this is what I'm not going to take. And if they love you enough and love your space and love who you are, they won't never pass that boundary. They won't never break that boundary. And if they do, they never was for you in the beginning. They don't care that they don't have access to you. And this is what y'all got to learn. Everybody is not supposed to be in your life. Somebody might be there so you can learn important lesson. It's just like school. School brought you up to make more money, or you go to college and get your degree. You make more money. When is you going to learn? The word for the day is let it go. If it's not serving you any purpose, if it's taken from your peace, and if you're not balanced when you're around it, and you be like, oh, you moving funny type shit, that's the one you need to let go. And just say, man, I don't even need, listen, I'm so far in, I don't even need closure. Closure? That's some bullshit mechanics in your head. You need closure. Yeah, you need to close the door. I don't need no closure. I don't need no closure, y'all. I really don't. My ex-husband, the one that I was married to, y'all know that if you know me. I was married to him for a long time, and I was so blinded by love that man cheated on. I cannot count on 2 fingers how many times that man cheated on me. And I thought that I had to take that because I was married. I thought I had, because that is what was instilled in me by my mother, by my grandmother before that. Like I told you guys, my great grandmother stayed with my grandfather's dad and took his outside children and started raising them. My grandmother stayed with my grandfather. He done passed away. I love my grandfather. But he done had outside children and she still stayed married. My mama stayed with my daddy for so long. He had 2 outside girls. And my mama's still in love with him to this day. No, ma'am. I don't want that. I broke that shit. I broke that. That's a traumatic experience that does not belong to me. I don't want that. I don't want that. And I'm not never living for that. Nope. I broke that curse. What? You cheat on me if you want to. Baby, I might throw your ass. That's another thing, but this husband now, he already know. Set boundaries, guys. Set boundaries for your life. Set boundaries. If I've never told you anything, set boundaries and stop going back to pain and what broke you the first time. It's an X for a reason. It ain't even about people either. Friends, get rid of them if they ain't adding no value to your life. They ain't talking about shit. They always talking about somebody. Them the ones that's some low vibrational energy right there. You sit up and listen to a friend come to your house to talk about somebody else. Do you know that when she around that person getting all that information, do she talk about you? Possibly. Girl, get the fuck out of here with that shit. And we ain't talking about growth, and we ain't talking about love, and we ain't talking about no bag, getting no money. We ain't talking about no fashion. We ain't talking about no thrifting. We ain't talking about, I just don't. And you can outline what you want in your life, what you want to talk about. But what I'm not going to do is sit up there and gossip with nobody, because that's a stank pussy energy. And women most of the time do that gossiping. I ain't got time for that shit. I'm thinking about money moves and how to do more things in my house, cleansing, spiritual work, magic, growth. That's me. All day, every day. So this is my message again. Stop that shit. Stop that shit. Pay attention to yourself. Love on you. And know when to let go. All right? Guys, thank you for listening to me. Please like, subscribe, support the channel. It's greatly appreciated. For all the ones that are following me, I love y'all to the core of my being. I appreciate y'all for supporting me and getting me to a great start, because I can see in the future, I see all the numbers. Play with it. Go to my site, visionsbyvasori.com, to purchase any of my botanical items or book me for a session. Love y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye.